things. If you're sitting close to a computer screen or something. Welcome everyone.
Wrong mic.
Wrong mic. Okay, there we go.
You intros and everything?
Are you breaking up there?
Okay, I'm just closing everything. I hope you can hear me better now.
Yeah. Hopefully you didn't mess up your race as much as I did. How did it go?
I got disconnected. So yeah.
Good. We got some guys joining now. I've led until the end of the second lap when I decided to pit because I was sure from the settings, which I never tested, that rain would come sometime during the third lap, and it just didn't. It only came halfway through the fourth lap, which is weird because normally there are 9 blocks in 60 minutes, so normally it's about 6 minutes a block. So by the end of the second block, you're on 12 minutes. Second block's 12 minutes, and the end of 2 laps is 16 minutes. So by 20, it should have been raining, but it only rained at half an hour. So I pitted, did a lap on inters, and then it started raining right as I was going into the pits, but I pitted and put inters again because obviously my inters were cooked. But it was good fun. Came through pack.
That's so unlucky.
Well done to Dino and ZA Flash. They got first and second. I think at pool 3, who was third? It would have been one of the Sam guys, Sodabull, I think. Someone came out the pits in front of me and spun, so I swerved to miss him and got a 3-second penalty. And then when I came down into the start-finish line, DC Gaming was coming out on turn 1, so I just stayed a tiny bit wide and touched the water and spun and lost 20 seconds. But
the pit exit caught a lot of the guys.
Yeah. No, but what's funny there is that the reason I spun was because someone else got caught on the pit exit. I got a 3-second penalty, and then because of that 3-second penalty, I was coming out with DC, not on the next lap when he came out, instead of being 3 to 5 seconds further up the road in third place. But it's fine. No matter what my result was this week in pool 3, it wouldn't have counted towards my points because I spent the whole season in 2 and 1. So
that's nice. Awesome stuff.
Unlucky with the
disconnect. So I'm actually honestly, yeah. So like, I'm not too bummed about it. I would have loved to have actually raced, but yeah, like I said before, it's my throwaway season. I missed 4 races because of Ramadan, so I had to claw my way back up. But either way, it looked like a fun race. There was a lot of action in pool 2, especially with that pit transition from the wets to the dry.
Yeah.
It caught.
Looks like everyone's about to get started here.
All of them spinning out, getting penalties. So yeah, a recipe for disaster. 5 of the 9 guys, and then fortunately, ended up with a 9BR lockout. They got first, second, and third. The 39BR guys. Pumpkin Patch with a win, and then it was Cutfuss in second and in third. Chris had a bit of a couple of moments, so he fell behind the pack. He was leading for a while, but the rain hampered his race quite a bit.
Okay. Well done to the 9BR guys. We've got Fluffy saying ninjas for the win. Missing Chris, Mark, hey all. So welcome to those that are watching. It's the final round of season 1. I think Levitas has more than likely, unless he does something really crazy and gets disqualified in a 30-point penalty or something, he should have taken the overall. I think Ghost Killer Pace was in second and Kalen third. I can't quite remember, but the points will get shaken up with the final round with the throwaway race. So looks like the guys are ready to go. Who's your money on?
Well, we already know Leviticus is going to be flying, but yes, Ghost Killer also. Steve has shown some extreme pace as well. Kalen has well. It's all to play for. We're gonna see how it affects with the rain, but yeah, that could throw things for a massive loop, especially on a track like this with its massive length. I see we're gonna be starting now in a couple of seconds. Steven, take it away.
Yeah, we're on the grid. Levi first, Ghost Killer. We're in the finishing positions from last week. Ghost Killer second, Cav Steve third, GTRSA fourth, Manny fifth, Yasteel sixth, S&P seventh, RBS Racing eighth, and we are green. So it's a GTSA sponsored by Trackart, TGN Racing Simulators, Ford, Palabora, Cherry Aswell, Right Recruitment, Rhino Utilities, and Mayfair Gearbox. So we have Levi straight into the lead. Looks like he didn't have time to make a livery this week, which is unusual for him. Ghost Killer Pace looking sharp there. It's a little laggy.
Oh yeah, Hollywood had some big laggy moment there.
Looks like quite a few.
I'm watching here at the back. There was, yeah, at the back, Aguilera with a penalty.
Oh, we're going to join the back
Yeah,
here.
I think Kalen gets way up there. Oh, Sam also with a massive moment there. Don't know what that was about.
Seems very laggy. OJ
yeah,
was
Sam
off.
and Hollywood here at the back.
It's a long race. Hopefully, I can make it back up. Kalen's now up to 10th. He was in pool 2 last week. I think he came second overall, so that puts him 13th on the grid, but he's now up to 10th. Brunavane with his penalty 9th. RBS Racing is with GTRSA 8th and 7th. S&P in 6th. There's a nice little battle here right behind Yasteel. It's got a half-second penalty. Cav Steve in P4. And then we've got Manny, Ghost Killer, and Levi up front. Looks like a little bit of a queue behind Steve at the moment. I don't think he had driven this track before when I was speaking to him about the combo the other day. So, bit of an initiation. Second race in Pool 1, and you got to race the Nürburgring against all these crazy guys, but we'll keep an eye on how he does. I'm sure he's been practicing a lot with the other Caval guys. We've got 4th all the way down to 8th, 9th.
I see most opting in. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, sorry to butt in there. The Spec 2 GT40 4GT seems to be the go-to car for, I think, a lot of the drivers. But honestly, the Mustang is not bad. It's actually quite fast and decent around the corners. It's great with fuel and tires. So we'll see how OJ and Yasteel will make it last during the race.
Yeah.
And Kalen, the only one in the group to go for the 4GT18.
Yeah, definitely. There's 2 test cars. There's the Spec 2 test, and then there's a test Spec 2. I don't know what the difference is, but I think the Spec Test 2 was a little bit better for me.
I see. Based on the list, everyone is in the Spec 2 as opposed to the test car. I tried the test car. It seemed to be. It's essentially the difference between the M6 Sprint and the M6 Endurance. I think the test car has a little bit more aero, so making it a bit more stable around the corners. But pretty much the same. Like it's fractions of a difference. I don't think there'll be much difference in the race time anyway.
Yeah, we've got 3 seconds already lead for Levi. Ghost Killer's second, Superman third. S&P's got past Cav's Steve, and he is into 4th place. And then Steve's got the train behind him. RBS Yasteel, RBS GTRSA, Brunavane, Kalen, and OJ not too far off the back of them. So it's a 5th to 10th place train at the moment, with OJ closing in. Then we have Hollywood and Sam, who had that incident at the start. Hollywood's got past Sam. Sam's having another little off-road excursion as we look. But yeah, the nice thing about this combo, it's an hour long. These guys should get, 7-8 laps. They might just squeeze through to start at 8 if they're fast enough.
Yeah, maybe an 8, yeah, maybe an 8. But 7 so far I've seen for most of the lobbies.
Yeah, this combo is the only one I didn't test. All I did with this combo was I made 3 dry blocks before the rain instead of 2. I shifted it over one for these guys just to test them a little bit better, because obviously if you have teammates and you're watching their race before this starts, you get an idea of strategy. So we had to change it up a little bit for pool 1. Levi 4 seconds ahead, goes from Hollywood to Manny staying at 1.7, S&P 2.5 back. RBS Racing's got past Cav Steve, but they saw all packed tightly together there. It's crazy trying to follow cars through here. You miss your brake marker or touch a curb and go flying. And we're going to ride on board a little bit. Let's go with Cav Steve.
Oh, that's a big pack. Kalen makes a move. GTSA though, very good move. And yeah, I think GTSA just turns in a little bit too late.
Yeah, still took a bomb on the corner there. Gets past Steve into the hairpin. I saw GTRSA looked like he went off there in the background. Cav Steve.
It did go a bit off the background. Kalen went for a very brave move. He was ahead going into the corner, and then I think GTRSA tried to hang it on the outside, but yeah, just couldn't keep it on that such a tight corner. The right kick before the slight hairpin before the carousel. Yeah, and then going to the comments before we get lost here, Angelique says Chris is recovering from a knee surgery. He did manage to get P3 though in Pool 2. Fluffy Bart, good luck over. I hope it's getting better every day. Danny also saying GTRSA for the win. As it happened that got sent a little bit back in the pack, but it's not over yet. It's a long race. The rain can change things. And what happened to Hollywood was him and Steve. Him and Sam had a bit of a moment. I think there was some lag in play going into the first few corners after the very first chicane. Very mixed feelings on this race, but what I was seeing, Kendoma was saying the ugliest car we ever seen. A lot of us very, very much enjoying it. So yeah, it seems
that's a great track
fun,
and a
very 50-50.
Great cars. Ken just needs to start practicing.
That's true.
So yeah, you're saying anything can happen now. That's the thing. After my disastrous pitting for no reason and running a lap on inters in the dry, I was a minute 7 seconds behind the lead. By the next lap, even before the rain started, when we all pitted, I was back within about 51 seconds, I think. And then when the rain started, I closed it all the way down to 30. So you do have a little bit of advantage when it's raining hard. It dries quicker for the guys at the back, so they get a little bit more grip and obviously more pace. So this, like Levi could go past the pits, the other guys do what I did and pit and put inters on before the rain comes, and you never know, Levi could lose 3 minutes like that. Dean says nice combo. I pitted 2, I can't read the rest. But yeah, I said I was a minute 7 seconds behind. I was 7 seconds in the lead before that. So it was a bit of a disaster of a pit stop that, but it was good fun anyway, trying to catch back up. It looked like the first and second had a good battle. I think it's a great...
SMP3 got ahead of Superman also, by the way, with all of that. He's in a battle with RBS GT now. Yeah, and I think there's a little bit of a gap, 4 seconds to Steele and Kalen there.
I think Manny must have made a small mistake there, because S&P's about the same gap behind Ghost Killer as he was, but obviously he's a second and a half ahead of Manny now. Let's see, RBS looking for Manny. Manny seems to be a little bit laggy there. You can just hear that little jitter and shudder there on the car. You're still looking good in the Slayer Mustang. Shout out to the Slayer boys. I think someone's getting a case next week. Kalen still got Cav Steve behind him. This actually seems to have caught back up a little bit there. We had some dust in front. I don't know. No one went off. Maybe Yastiel just clipped the dirt as he went through. We go through the pack. So
I think Kalen, it's just part of the wider racing line.
Yeah. Cav Steve, GTRSA. He's 2.5 seconds back after that little runoff. He's got OJ behind him. Hollywood's catching up onto the back of this group. And then Sam in 12th. Did someone disconnect? I thought we had 13 drivers.
Oh no, yeah. I did see 13 initially. Interesting. Kilara brand DC'd.
Unfortunate. He's had a good season, a couple good races at the front. He's one of the guys I always expect to see at the front. So he abused me in the low pools and high pools a few times.
Yeah, I've had that experience myself climbing up this season. But next season, yeah, I'm very keen to what you guys cook up. The JP van Rensburg and Inning said nice combo. With the Kendall says came 8th with no practice at all. You can't not practice on green hell, man. Come on.
Especially with rain.
You at least need 2 laps. Exactly. You at least need 2 laps. Even if it's in the dry, you can experiment and feel your way with the rain.
I think next season
what everyone else is doing.
We must do a Kalen's King of the Ring tournament again. We should just every race on the Nürburgring because it's so much fun. But I don't drive it off. I don't drive it often because we have a GTSA race to practice.
Speaking of Kalen, he went off. He had a bit of a moment.
Well, yeah, he was just ahead of Cav Steve. Now he's just behind him. Brave card choice again by Kalen. I tried that, it didn't feel good. OJ's pulled away from GTRSA, but he's got Hollywood coming past as well. That's that Test 2, Spec 2 car showing its legs there. Just see. It does wear the tyres a bit more though if you look at OJ's tyre wear compared to Hollywood.
Yeah, so the Mustang's strength is tyre wear and fuel. It uses much less fuel and wears tyres out much less. More than the rears.
Okay.
The Ford GTs wear the rears out more than the fronts, and the GT 2018, it's very, very agile, very fast. I think it's the fastest car on track, but wears its rears out much faster than anything else. As you can see, Kalen is on the medium tires, everyone else is on the softs, except Sam. Yeah, he's not having a good race. He's only 9 seconds behind GTRSA now. So it's still all to play for, and he's gonna have a good time catching up when the rain happens because that dry line is gonna form so much earlier for him compared to everyone else.
Yeah, and then the other thing is for the guys like Kalen, I just want to see.
Yeah, Steele made a big error. He's fallen to now second last, unfortunately. And that's the thing with the Mustang as well. The Mustang is very, very squiggly around the track. It's a dangerous drive. It's fast, but dangerous.
Yeah, I was going to say the other thing to watch out here for is, like, if you look at Justin, his front tires are pretty cooked. Who's getting out of shape there? Sam. Levi's got half a tank of fuel. Ghost Killer's just over half. S&P a little bit more. Manny's about the same as Ghost Killer, but these guys are all on softs. You can see the differences on tires on the bottom left. They're all pushing, but these guys should get 3, maybe 4 laps before the rain comes. So if someone like Kalen who's running mediums and fuel saving, as you can see, he might be in a better position than it looks at the moment.
Yeah, OJ also doing really well on tires and fuel. So
yeah, also on
definitely
mediums.
with Kalen and OJ, they'll be able to run 4 laps, more than likely 4 laps. It's a bit touch and go though.
Yeah,
if it doesn't rain.
And Sam's also on mediums, but Sam's got half a tank of juice left and he's only 1.5 laps in, so that means his tires will be good, but fuel won't be. I think most of them are probably they're gonna have to do 3. I don't think they'll stretch a 4th. They'd really have to fuel save to do it, but they will save a lot of time in the pits by not fueling. That was my other mistake on my race. I fueled for a 3rd lap because it was touch and go whether I went round one more time, but then with the mistakes, obviously I didn't need it, so there was about 7-8 seconds lost there for an extra lap's fuel. Front's pretty spread out at the moment. We're just looking at Manny's probably the first with the battle. He's got RBS behind him with half a second. They're having a nice little tussle over 4th, 5th.
Yeah, SMB3 Superman and RBS, they're doing very well keeping with each other. And goes back past Steve also, by the way. He's flying in that Ford GT, honestly. That's the thing about it. It's so fast around this track. I think it's definitely the fastest
Steve was
by far, but it destroys the tires.
Yeah, but Callum's back in front of him, so he must have run wide or something. Or OJ gets all out of shape on my view. The TV viewers all see it now. Dog says hello. OJ still getting sideways and looks like might have Hollywood going past. Manages to hold him off for now.
We'll see. Whoa. And the other thing is with Hollywood's slight lag, it could be also close to that is always a bit touch and go with us because you can never know what happens. With the slightest little bit of lag, he could send OJ into the grass. I see it does go onto the grass there. Don't know if that was due to Hollywood or not. That's the thing we won't know.
It didn't look like it on ours. That's normally the opposite way. It looks like it on ours, but then on Hollywood's it doesn't look like it. So I think that was just both of them running a bit deep in there. Obviously, we find out after the race final positions. OJ's 9th, GTSA
yeah, and then look
10th.
at Sam. Look at Sam again.
With Sam catching back up in 12th place.
Yeah, despite being on mediums, also he's flying back. So I mean, this track is so long. Hollywood with his hazards on there.
Levi coming into the pits.
Oh, I think he gave OJ the position back by the looks of it. So his hazards were on. I don't know if he was typing a message or anything, but yeah, it looked like there was a bit of a moment there.
So OJ, Levi with a 11-second lead into the pits, 31% fuel. Ghost Killer S&P continue. RBS Manny also go through, so Levi down to 5th.
That's full up for 3 laps, for 3 total lap though. We'll see. Is that risk gonna pay off? Because the third lap is gonna be a little bit dodgy for the front with the used softs. Superman is gonna be having a bit of a tough time. Hi, dog. But yeah, SMP RBS now ahead of Superman. Who is starting to struggle on those tires, and we will see how much time Lev is able to make back.
Lyric says hello.
Yeah,
everyone.
I agree.
That's why his name's Lyric, because he sings. Rick. Okay.
He's a rapper.
Levi now 5th place. Kalen 6 seconds behind him. Kavar Steve in 7th. OJ 8th. Hollywood now 9th. GTRSA 10th. Yastil and Sam. So the whole pack separated by 33 seconds at the moment.
Yeah, so this battle with OJ, Hollywood, GTRSA, Yastil, and Sam closing up slowly. We'll see how that happens, because that mediums is going to be very, very potent now on this 3rd lap, whereas Yastil's tires are dying of death. GTRSA, yes, it's still good for another lap. Hollywood is good for maybe another 3/4 of a lap. OJ is still good for a lap. We'll see how much of a difference
my dog can say
tires are going to make.
Donnie. Can say Cherry Palabora and Ford Palabora. I'm just thinking if Levi can get to the 4th lap on his tires, the other guys are going to have to probably pit at the end of this lap. So his early stop might be a good move. 2-2 instead of 3-1. Take advantage of those softer tires. The medium guys, though, if they can stick it out there.
Yeah, because he's catching and right at this moment. His gap was down already almost, I think it's about 1.5 seconds, almost 2 seconds. He's getting time on Kalen. Kalen was, I think, 7 seconds behind. He's now 9 seconds behind. So Lev is going to be pushing to get that time back.
Medium rears versus brand new softs and a faster car, so he's going to pull away. The gap to the leader, though, it's 12.1, so let's keep an eye on that. It's actually going up at the present second, but just by fractions, Ghost Killer took a better corner now. 11.9. Levi flies through.
Yeah, the other thing is the overtaking. Levi's going to have to overtake four cars as well to get back in the lead. And it's tough. It's tough to overtake on the Nordschleifer.
I don't think he's going to catch Ghost
Killer
by the end of the lap. And 11 seconds, quite a lot.
I don't think so.
Especially with 3 other cars in between. Might surprise us. He is flying, but what was he? 11 seconds in the lead after 2 laps. So who knows? Maybe he'll do it. He's approaching.
He'll definitely catch up to Superman and RBS.
But yeah, there's only a couple of places you can really get past on this track, so my tactic's always just to ride right behind the guy and make one or two odd entries to a corner, sit on the outside like you're going to look around the outside, or try look like you're going for a dive on the inside and make them overshoot, and then you do the old cutback switcheroo.
Yeah. And just seeing now, okay, yes, going back to ninth place, Yastiel is having trouble on those tires. GTS RSA is it's Yastiel, GT RSA, Bollywood, Sam. Oh, now Sam is now back in the race again, or this bottom four shootout.
No one's getting relegated this week. Like Ken says, Lev won't overtake. The overtakes will be done in the pit, so the other guy's going to pit it most likely at the end of this lap, and then Lev will just drive past. Be nice for them if rain came now.
Try and go for a move. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit dark in the sky.
Well,
but I think this rain will probably come through on lap 4. Lev might have tested the settings already.
Manny's struggling. His front left's pretty finished here. Only half a second ahead of Lev. He's dropped 1.5 behind.
Yes.
So
slipstream is there. What is Lev gonna do? Is he gonna send it going into the hairpin? That's where I would see a move possibly happening. But we'll see if he's gonna commit to it. I don't think he's close enough right now. But knowing Lev, it's a chance. He looks good.
Yeah. Man, he's staying wide, and it's that big hairpin, so Lev gets up to 4th.
Yeah, I think Manny gave him the space. He thought, nah, it's not worth fighting, not worth taking a chance. He's just gonna sit behind Lev and maybe get a little bit of slipstream for the next few corners. But it's gonna be tough for the tires. SMP makes a mistake though. He's off on the grass. He just comes back now, joins the track. And RBS goes up into 2nd place. He's now fighting with Lev, and he doesn't see the position. He's gonna give Lev a go, and this is probably what Superman was waiting for, a chance to get back in it for the podium, because SMP is making Lev work for it.
Yeah, we're gonna ride on board with Lev a little bit. He's looking on the inside, but you can't just dive. You got to give each other space here. He is side by side at the moment, but now the left hand. Oh, and who was that? SMP went off.
SMP
trying to hold it on the outside.
Yeah, he just went a bit wide. Yeah, he went a bit wide and touched the grass.
So just quickly on
the
weather settings for this race. The first 2 blocks were sunny, then the 3rd block was cloudy. Then you have a R2, a R4, a R7. So similar to some of the other pools, I think it was pool 2, 4 and 6 had a 2, 4 and 7, but they had it from the 2nd block, not the 3rd block. So you're in 2, it's probably something similar to what your weather was, but with about a 6-minute delay.
Yeah, the rain basically. Yeah, the rain basically came at I think the end of lap 3. The rain started showing up. Just started showing.
18, 20
so
minutes.
I think Lev might have it now. Yeah.
Well, not.
The question is,
if he had stayed out on all tires, he would be in front by 11 seconds. He's still 6 seconds behind the leader. So
possibly, yeah.
That's the
rain. The thing is, are the guys gonna go pit for inters now? There's no rain on track. There's no rain on the radar. I think.
Well,
I'm gonna check the weather radar while you.
They've got an extra block, so it's about 6 minutes. So. They can go through, but there's a chance they might get caught out with a minute or 2 left. Ghost Killer has to pit, no fuel. RBS has a bit of fuel, but he's not going to be able to stay out. The gap at the front's gone down to 4.6, so 2 seconds just on the straight.
Weather radar shows completely dry so far, so nothing within the 200 kilometer range of the big radar in the menu. So yeah, it's gonna force him to put. Lev is basically, he made the strategy work. So I think he knew that he could expect rain on, I think, the end of lap 4, maybe towards the middle. But I think these cars, these drivers, they'll be fast enough to beat the rain going into lap 4. Everyone is gonna come into the pits now beside Lev.
If you pitted now and put inters on, you'd get around, but it's about, besides from the pit stop, about 30-40 seconds a lap slower. On the other hand, if you put slicks on and you make it 1 minute from the end of the track and you don't get it round before the heavy rain comes, then you're going to be sitting there for about 5 minutes.
Oh, Ghost Killer goes to intermediates. He goes to intermediates.
That's what I'm saying.
GTRSA actually goes for the 4th lap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Ghost Killer's gonna be much slower now, but is this gonna play into his hands because the track is dry? It's gonna eat away at his tires. GTRSA is gonna be now on much used tires, so he won't be able to make the moves going for the podium, and he's gonna have to save a lot of fuel as well. The colder, soft tires are gonna be in a bit of a disadvantage for maybe the first 2 minutes of the lap, and then it will be warm enough to keep driving.
Well, Ghost Killer's done what
on the tail of SMP there.
Ghost Killer's done what I did. Roll the dice, and if the rain comes, he's going to win by about 3 minutes here. If it doesn't pay off, he's going to lose about 40 seconds, 50 seconds.
And then he'll be forced to pit again.
Yeah, but you pit because you got worn
He's
into.
Planning for RBS to go ahead. Let's see. It's going to be interesting if the rain does decide to pick up this lap, because Lev being 32 seconds ahead, he's going to be at a 32 seconds advantage on the track, but we don't see any weather just yet.
The next thing
see
is
the clouds forming in the distance.
If Lev comes past and there's no rain on the map, does he pit for inters? And maybe the other guys on slicks
That's the thing.
The other guys on slicks do an extra lap.
Now that's the thing, because Ghost Kid is on intermediates, Superman is on intermediates, SMP is on intermediates, OJ is on intermediates. So other set of mediums, I think he should have went for the softs. I think he just feels more comfortable on the mediums. It's going to be interesting. A couple of the guys rolling the dice here, and we'll see. GTRSA into third, RBS into second, 34 seconds behind Lev in first. So he probably like I said, he probably tested out the settings, and maybe the rain will come through.
Yeah, they only got the settings at 5 to 8, so they don't have time to do an hour's worth of. They could have run 1 hour's worth of settings, but you know, with GT7, when you put the exact same settings, you have 5 different maps, which is what caught me out. We had rain 1 and rain 3, and no, those 2 blocks with rain 1 and rain 3, nothing happened. It was only the rain 7 that came. So it was a brief shower.
Yeah, but even still, just having that, maybe let's say 40-minute knowledge, even if you just let the lobby run for 40 minutes, see where the rain is possibly coming through, and then you can gauge.
Yeah,
okay, rain should come maybe between the 30 to 35-minute mark, so you should be able to do 4 laps on hot tires, dry tires.
That's what I'm saying.
Gauge it that way, essentially.
But he's a host, so he would have opened the lobby and everyone had the same time in there. Which is why some of them have thrown on inters expecting rain.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Ghost Killer is letting Kalen by as well.
Yeah, Steele's weather map shows nothing at the moment still. I don't know how far he's zoomed in. Oh no, that's his track map, not the weather map. If anyone's sitting next to
again, the big one.
Yeah. If anyone's sitting next to someone who's racing in this race, or on a chat with them, tell them to put their weather radar on, and then comment in the comments so I can see it.
Unfortunately not. I'm checking the big radar though, and rain does show up. It was 150, 200 kilometers. The rain should be coming now. In the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes before they get to the start-finish line. If you can make it to the straight and it starts, if it's light, you'll be fine.
Yeah. And I see on the big weather radar.
If this is the rain, it's level 4 rain or level 2 rain, because the level 2 should have been here already.
I see level 1. Yeah, I see just level 1 at the moment. Remember that the time only goes still from 60 minutes before up until the current time. So based off what minute are we on? 20 minutes into the race. And it's showing 50 kilometers out, so we should be seeing some ripples very soon.
The
but
guys
it's not
good
enough to cause issues.
The guys that had rain on the 3rd block, they got it around 18 minutes. This is the 4th block, so it should have been at 24, and we're already on 29. So I think, like my pool 3 race, the first light rain didn't even bother appearing, but we probably got the level 4 and 7 on its way now. So shout out to everyone watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the season while we're just having a few minutes to wait for the rain and watching what's happening. Ghost Killer's now 53 seconds behind, and what's that, about 20 odd behind RBS, so he's lost about 20-25 seconds so far.
Yeah, he's got almost no fuel, so he has to save a hell of a lot. That's why he's losing so much time.
No, Ghost Killer.
But he's getting positions. I'm sorry, GTRSA.
Yeah. GTRSA has done a great
halfway
job.
There. Oof.
GTRSA, I don't know, I'll be surprised to see him not run out on the straight, that long straight.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a fuel mix. He's still making a dramatic 2-person move just out of the carousel. He's went a little bit wide, touched the grass, but he made the move stick. That was incredible, honestly.
We just
made a very good 2-person pass.
We were busy watching
Cav. He's still now into 7th.
Cav Steve 8th, S&P 3 Pro 9th. Good to have S&P 3 Pro back with us this season. Hollywood sitting in 10th at the moment, Sam 11th, and OJ is now currently in 12th. He also did the inters. I see his wipers on his car on though. I'm not sure why, because
so it's very light rain.
So Levi's.
I see with everyone else, he simply made another mistake.
Something happened with Manny as well.
Oh yeah, Hollywood also.
The intermediate guys are struggling out there. That's what's happening. So unfortunately, I think for
Sam is really picking up the pieces.
There's still some guys like Sam though that are a fair amount of time away from the pits if the rain is coming.
Oh, and GTRSA makes a big mistake. Doesn't go into the wall though, but yeah, he's gonna have trouble now going onto the straight.
Well, Levi has to pit now,
fuel, but he's gonna have to go to new.
Logically, Levi's
going to put inters on. He nailed it.
Yeah.
He nailed the strat. The inters are gonna be perfectly fine as they are now, and I think he gained that pit stop time just by having the rest of the guys like Ghost Killer on the intermediates. He's getting onto the main straight now.
Yeah, now it's definitely
so
into time.
The gamble did not pay off.
Well, you just got to put fresh hit of inters on. You don't have to. You can top up fuel a little bit, which might help later on. Levi's fully fueled.
Yeah, the only advantage is the fuel.
And yeah, he's going out on inters. Track's still dry enough for slicks, but it will be getting wetter. Obviously, he probably won't even make it onto the Nordschleife section before it's on inter territory. RBS and Kalen in for softs, from softs for inters. GTRSA has run out of fuel, as I suspected he might.
He's out of fuel.
So Ghost Killer pace goes past him. So Ghost Killer's inters are pretty worn. I'd put. He looks like he's going.
Does he go in?
He's going past, but his tires are pretty cooked already. So he's saving that time, 20 seconds pitting, but he's going to have a lot less traction than the other guys. Super Manny on the inters also goes straight through. He's back into 4th. Kalen coming out in 5th. Fresh inters. We've still got how long left? 26 minutes.
Yeah, for sure the inter gamble didn't pay off.
You can read Goniwe's message, eh? S&P's 3 and 6.
Yeah, okay, so he's otherwise this is rigged, bro. Wipers are on, rain is here, bar is rising, Lev cooked nicely for sure. Water indicator, yep. Like petrol is 25 rand. Man ran and by, used everything he could from that, that fuel. Yeah, now comes the major part. So Lev is gonna have the wettest part of the track. He essentially should be the slowest on track based on the rain.
Yeah.
Because the weird thing that we did find out in testing is that the dry line forms depending on how far the leader is ahead. So I think once the rain stops, Lev is still gonna have a very wet line. RBS Coast Killer, they're gonna have pretty much a dry line. hopefully they're gonna probably hope for to make up the time when the dry line does show up. But we're gonna see exactly how much of a difference it does make. Because Superman's tires are pretty much exploded now.
Yeah, let's take a look. They're not that great. Ghost Killer's only marginally better. Who else was it? Jastiel. No, he's got fresh tires. S&P.
Look at the wetness level. Look at the wetness level on Liv's bar and look at it on Hollywood's bar. And there's for sure there haven't been enough cars driving there to make that much of a dry line.
Yeah, it's also
this is Hollywood's.
If you look at the weather map, it actually hits the different parts of the track as well as it comes across. If you have a purple block clip the top of the track, it's a bit wetter, but yeah, you are right, it will dry more for the guys at the back. So Hollywood's
a bit like broken, but yeah, he should be able to catch back up some mean time with this dry line.
I doubt 135 though. RBS is 37 seconds behind, so he's lost 2 seconds in the last sector. Maybe made a mistake. You can see if you look at the little wet radar map next to the tires. It's that little bar between the tires and the clock.
We've done full wet now.
Yeah. Ghost Killer going a bit wide there. But I'm looking at Manny and Ghost Killer. It was that's just because they ride. Kalen goes through into 4th place. Kalen with his fresh enters. Kalen maybe did some extra testing here and worked out that the new GT40 is a better car. He's flying at the moment. He has 51 seconds off the lead. I say that, and he runs wide and does some Honda lawn mowing.
It's not me this time.
So Manny gets back past him, so it's 3 seconds lost that he'll have to make back up. S&P possibly struggling with those old inters. Still fresh inters.
Pretty much slicks.
Yeah. I didn't mention it earlier.
Yeah, so something else we also found.
Branavane messaged when we were asking what happened to him. We left that out, but he did say before the race that he was on standby or working, so if they called he had to just exit. So that's what happened to him. He didn't disconnect, he quit race. Yes boss, I'm working.
Yes boss, I'm working. Well, shot for joining the race anyway, even though you on standby, Clara.
Sam just had
Hollywood does make a mistake here at the back. Sam had an incident also. Oh, Hollywood and Sam and incidents, they're like 2 peas in a pod.
30 seconds apart though this time, fortunately. You see Hollywood also overshooting. It's very wet on the back part of the track. Let's just see. It's about the...
Yeah, Guniwa was saying wet is optimal right now, yes. But for 1 block of rain, this is going to last for maybe another 2-3 minutes before it just subsides. And then we're going to see the Inters tires come into play again.
Even there, I've been finding lately the Inters wets on Gran Turismo 7 are pretty pointless. Because if you
they're
almost,
quite horrible, unless it's the full wet.
Even when it's showing the little dark blue on the side, you can almost do the same pace on Inters. And then as soon as it drops a tiny bit, you're way quicker.
Should let us do that, the full wet race on whatever track. Not on Nordschleifer, but any other track.
R8 the
I
whole
was
way.
still saying something that we noticed, R8 the whole way. Something that we noticed with the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 is that the dry line, you can see it a lot easier on the PS5. I mean, yeah, graphics and reflections and all that fancy stuff, but I was checking with Kalen on his PS4. There's a certain point where the track is just starting to dry, where PS5 users will be able to see a dry line before the PS4 users.
Yeah.
We were busy sending us pictures across when we were testing.
I was going to say, I don't know if people still use PS4s.
It's quite a difference. Shame, the man just got married this year, so PS5 was not the priority. The wife is.
Jokes aside, I
4K
think
for the win, Rev.
Yeah, that's the difference.
I mustn't give Steve funny ideas. I would like the idea of a full win race. Honestly.
So Kalen's right on the back of Ghost Killer pace now in 4th.
These team orders. What are team orders?
We need the car from last week. We can start shooting.
Yeah. But yeah, it is making quite a difference. Kellen has to slow down a fair bit to let Ghost Killer by. I think Ghost Killer is just complete tunnel vision right now. Is not noticing anything behind him. Or maybe they just the three pace boys are just keeping up with each other, so that they can slips into their advantage when the straight comes.
Manny with his worn tires still sitting right behind Kalen, but I think Kalen's being held up by Ghost Killer, who's also on very worn tires. So Kalen will be staying.
So.
Now that's the next question though, is the track's drying already. Kalen will go through, Levi will go through RBS, but Ghost Killer, well, I suppose he's going to have to stay out. Ghost Killer and Manny, there's no point putting slicks on now or fresh enters.
Yeah, they'll do the lap on the inter. Liv has to. Liv has to. He's going to have a wet track for most of the time. But if you see the difference between the meter from first and second is already massive. And you get the Hollywood is in dry territory. Hollywood is like basically in dry territory already.
Yeah.
Sam, as I check back on him, he's in the wall.
He's also a minute 47 behind.
Yeah, I saw Hollywood did make a couple of mistakes on the.
Yeah.
But looking even Sam now, he's made a couple of seconds or two. It went down again due to the wall riding. But yeah, it's quite the difference with that dry line compared to the a bar and a half compared to just below 2 bars. So yeah, Lev is gonna go again. He's gonna go for another inters lap. We'll see what the rest of the guys do. I would assume the top 7 would go on another lap of inters. And we're gonna see now do the inters current run. Are they gonna change to soft tires? Dangerous, wouldn't recommend. So I think they're gonna have to endure another lap on the intermediates.
Ghost Killer.
Kalen is sitting behind Ghost Killer.
Yeah. Ghost Killer looking for water on the side there. Kalen wasn't too worried about it because his tires are still fresh. You might still need to do 2 laps depending on how the track dries. What we got? 18 minutes left. Kalen making a way past, we saw in the front there, past Ghost Killer. So we got.
Yeah, so this is similarly what happened to pool 2. The front runners, they had to do an extra lap on the intermediates, and the rear runners who were basically like 30-40 seconds back, they went on to softs. They couldn't make as much time as they wanted to, but there was definitely a massive difference.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Lev
we'll see.
Lev was, he's still 35 seconds ahead, but he was about 40 seconds ahead of RBS there. Cav Steve
is in. OJ is in.
So they're going to roll the dice
for.
first.
Interesting.
The next problem though is the track still is pretty wet, and if you do catch someone to try and pass them, if they're on the line, you can't get past. It looks like.
Yeah, let's see what happens on the
game
exit.
showed us new enters for OJ, it looked like, but I don't see a point at. Steve comes out on softs, spins straight away, and to cap it off, he gets a 3-second penalty.
OJ, yep, that's the problem.
OJ went for mediums. What OJ did is what I did when DC Gaming came out the pits, except I clipped it a little bit later. You see I lost 4 seconds on Steve there just by touching the track on the wet spot. Cav Hollywood, he's on,
Sam just manages to miss the penalty, but yeah, Sam just gets clipped the curb on the exit of that apron and
Sam's
almost
Tokyo
spins
drifting.
Out. Yeah, completely Tokyo drifting.
Okay, gap in front's down to 32 seconds now. So this is as the track's properly drying.
Too much of a difference.
We can see a fair difference on track surface now between RBS and Levi. If you look at the indicator between the two of them. Okay, not sure if RBS goes onto the wet section, but there's a noticeable difference. Kalen he was 54 seconds behind. He's now 36 seconds behind the lead.
Oh, Kalen done a massive climb back from 13th place.
He's pulled 4
so I think that 4 GT is just
Ghost Killer.
Yeah, so they have to do Supermania and Ghost Killer. SMP as well. He's getting back into the fight with Supermania and Ghost Killer here as well, because he had more dry track to use, and you're still also right behind with fresher intermediate. He's also running very close to SMP, but GTRSA running out of fuel cost him so much. He's now 16 seconds behind still. But OJ is now rapidly closing the gap. Although I've seen with the same strategy, the same thing happened in Pool 2, the soft runners didn't make too much time on the intermediate runners, even though the track is completely, available for dry tires. They didn't make as much time because you have to be so delicate on throttle, on braking, on your line, that you have to stick on that dry line. Not much over dry line on the Nordschleifer. So yeah, it's a tough one to get the dries to work. But if you manage to pull it off, you can gain back an entire pit stop and more. Sam also not having a very good race at all. He's now moved 23 seconds behind Hollywood. Hollywood, just as I look back on him, he's now off onto the grass. Fortunately, nothing major. But yeah, it's gonna push Sam so much more time ahead again.
Kalen now 30 seconds behind Levi, right behind RBS. Ghost Killer 7.6.
He says, yeah.
Ghost Killer, Supermanu, and SMP doing a great job. They were all within a second of each other, and they're all the guys that went a lap early for the inters.
Now you're still being on the better tires now. He's gonna look for moments to go past. He does look for a move on SMP and makes it happen. Slides on the way out, but he manages to get past SMP3 there on the exit of that corner. Now it's 3 pace boys, and we're gonna see what happens. He still gets a bit of a knock from Manny, and he goes onto the grass, unfortunately. So SMP gets that position back. I think Yastiel is just trying to push and make those fresher tires work better, but in the process he's pushing too hard and not giving the other drivers ahead enough space. He will catch up again. He will definitely catch them back up, but it's probably frustrating to have to stick behind these guys as well.
Yeah, just back to the front, Kalen looking for a move on RBS. They've made another 2 seconds on Lev. All of them Spec 2 GT40 except for Kalen. And then still on the Mustang and a couple other Mustangs there. But Manny was also in a GT. I think that Kalen was flying
Lev
here,
was also
but
going to start flying again. You can see the track is now available for everyone to run dry tires. There's a complete dry line basically formed. Just on the verge of dry and inters. But dries will definitely be the faster tire now. Riskier tire, but faster. So we're going to see all the intermediate runners go into the pits this lap.
Who's the first medium runner is OJ, but he's 1 minute 9 seconds behind, so that's going to, even if it costs him 30 seconds, they'll still be out quite far ahead of him.
Yeah, and he manages to pull back at least 20 of those seconds. And we'll see, I'm going to gauge his time now based on GTRSA. He did pull back 6 seconds this lap already. So that tire is definitely working. Again, risk reward. So if you run those tires, the dry tires, if you can make it work, you will gain a lot of time. But one tiny mistake, you can lose literally 10-15 seconds struggling on the wets, having to go on the grass, try and get just back onto the road again.
Obvious, still defending
Kalen. On the stretch by 13 kilometers. Yeah, so everyone in the old Ford GT is the Spec 2. No one's driving the test car. And yeah, then there's the Mustangs and Kalen in the new Ford GT. Don't worry, I did check. There's no one in the test car.
Yeah, they're
just
both
in case you're
called,
wondering, Stephen.
But if you read the full name,
They're both Spec 2, but one is
both test
they're
as
both
well.
Spec 2, but one is.
One's a test Spec 2 and the other's a test 2 Spec 2 test. Check it out.
No. It's 4GTLM race car Spec 2.
Mm. And the other
And
one?
then there's the
Ford
Spec 2
GT40.
test car.
Mm.
Yeah, the
So-
other one is test car.
So
So
both say-
everyone's in the Spec 2 here. Remember what I'm saying? There's one that's Spec 2 and there's one is Spec 2 test car.
No, I know
Something like that.
it's like that, but I'm saying one is Spec 2 test and the other's test Spec 2. Both have the word spec and both say test 2, but they swap them around some reason. And there was a difference between
No, but the ones that
the
they're currently
white and the
driving.
black one.
The
They drive in the
yeah,
black
yeah,
one.
yeah.
The
white one.
the white one. Same as Levi. Now the
Yeah, so that's they all ride. They're all driving the white essentially.
the black one.
And also
Child
the
tires.
black one also I noticed it has canards on the front splitter or on the front bumper just below. So that's the way you'll be able to see the difference between the two.
Here comes Levi. Does he go into the pits? I think he will, and he dives in. So the gap's down to 24 seconds now.
Yeah, and Lev is not one to make mistakes on a wet pit exit. So
Kalen
we'll
dropped
see
1
if
point.
commentators cause happens.
Kellen dropped 1.5 off RBS, so maybe he had a curb or something following him so long through all the corners. I think he probably could have...
Superman
Okay, RBS goes
Ghost Killer
through.
also loses positions, but Superman. Oh, interesting.
And Kalen.
Very interesting.
Manny is in. So Lev is coming out. Where is he? He is right behind Kalen.
Oh, that might be a smart play. That might be a smart play because now Lev can't really overtake. Because he'd have to go onto the wet line.
Well, it's a 40-second a lap difference, but he's going to need for one of them to not... The wide line gets wider as you go along. The dry line gets wider.
Yeah, the line.
So they're going to need to defend the inside, but... And they're also going to have to probably pit again. 50...
Oh, SMP Spurs gets the 3-second penalty, moving Ghost Killer and Superman up.
And visits
also.
Barry R.
Oh, he hits Superman off though. OJ goes wide, tries to overtake, but the three pace boys colliding, causing all kinds of problems, but they managed to pick themselves up. Then it's Hollywood, Serious Sam. Hollywood is also going for another lap on the intermediates. That is gonna destroy his rear tires this lap. Well, he'll still have to go on the.
As
the
Donnie
wet for
says,
some
you
of it.
can't park there, so...
You cannot park.
I'm always up for a bit of pace-on-pace violence, so...
Yeah, doesn't usually happen. When it does,
so
it's
Levi's
a
got
spectacle.
past Kalen, so now he's only 1.6 off RBS. Yeah, pretty sure it was a right time to pit, but worth a gamble from the other two. You're not going to really lose anything.
So,
they
and
might lose
this
the
is
podium.
the thing.
They're still 23
Yeah, and this
seconds.
is the crazy part. Lev is now in second. I noticed that as well. So wonderful overtake. Now he has to make it work again. And any mistake that Lev makes is going to be that could be a massive one. So he's going to have to overtake. What is he going to do? He's looking up on RBS there, going up on the bridge. RBS is going to go onto the whipper to the track. But he'll also defend the dry line. Lev can't do anything about it. He lets off the throttle. He is braking. He is just sticking behind RBS. And Kalen's going to be also loving this because it's going to force RBS to defend a little more. And it's going to get Kalen to pick up the pace and just drive a little faster. Now the same has happened with the pace boys. So it's a whole train of pace boys versus one lonely little 9BR. So we're going to see what GTSA does to defend against the pace boys. They're still going for a move. He picks himself up. He picked himself up very nicely from this race. He was having a terrible run in the initial stages, but he's now up to 5th place, chasing down 4th. 9 seconds though. 9 seconds separates 5th and 4th. And we
we've got
can't
1 second
really
first and third.
SMP completely out as well.
And
Yeah, and then
Levi's
second,
looking here,
first, second,
but
third also.
we do know that RBS and Kalen
He
are probably going to
can't.
have to pit the next lap. If they stay out, they'll get
I
caught by...
don't know. The problem is the lap time. Oh my word! It's what? It's gonna be 5 minutes.
They're going to get past.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to run a nap. They're gonna have to run rap 8.
Didn't rain hard enough.
So
for long
even
enough.
if Lev just sits,
And
he goes for the inside move.
small bit of contact there.
Look, a little bit argy-bargy.
RBS not happy with that, flashing the lights. But you get a 10-second penalty. It's not going to. He's going to pull away by 30 seconds now.
Yeah, he's gonna fly. So regardless of whether, I don't even think RBS is gonna make effort to report that, because it wasn't a dive. It was an aggressive move. Get Max Verstappen out of there. But yeah, now we're gonna see the battle now for second place unfold between RBS and Kalen.
Look more like a
And
Hamilton.
also, if
This guy only knows how to
Hamilton
drive when he's in
Verstappen
front.
yeah, so now we're gonna see now the soft runners. How's that gonna play? Because now they've already caught 5 seconds up onto GTRSA. So 4 seconds separates now the fourth place from fifth. Killer following closely behind. Superman is in the wall. He went onto the water there. SMP gaining a position. OJ gaining a position. He still had 3-second penalty to worry about though.
Yeah.
Serious Sam also having a real stinker of a race. He gets past Steve though. Steve is on the soft tires, but Sam I think has just been pushing too hard.
Catch Manny having a bit of a moment there. That's going to cost him 15 seconds or so.
I see.
Let's see, where's Hollywood? He was 20 behind. It only cost him about 10 seconds. So
yeah, plus Hollywood is on completely used intermediates, so it's not going to be the most ideal. He's not really going to catch up much.
Sam having some sideways Sam moments. Seriously sideways. Cav Steve.
Seriously sideways, yeah.
He's on the softs.
I'm looking here now. See, Kendall's saying Levy's, well, Kunevi is saying pace and pace violence is heavy. Levy's radio must be cooking. Kendall says he must be squealing on his stream trying to get past. And then Kunevi finishes off by that slap by Lev is a Mitchell's Plain certified. Mitchell's Plain is not spelled like just by the way.
Yeah. So Kalen's still putting
now
pressure on
Lev is
RBS.
going to run away now. 5 seconds already.
Yeah, he's gone. Like I say, doing a Hamilton, give a nudge, get a 5-second penalty, but you're 10 seconds down the road.
Yeah.
Instead of giving the place back. GTRSA 28 seconds back on Inters.
Oh, Lev makes a mistake. He goes on the water.
So,
on YouTube corner.
well,
Gets damage to the rear bumper, left rear wheel. But yeah, he touched literally a pixel of water on the brake. I saw that happen. It was crazy.
and it cost him about 4
but
seconds.
you'll just be getting that time back.
Yeah, just for the guys in the comment, obviously we don't know if there was anything that actually needs to be penalised. There's no replay, and we just caught a glimpse. He was side by side, so maybe there wasn't anything untoward about it in the first place.
Yeah, it didn't look like a complete aggressive dive bomb to shove out of the way. It was just a straight up brave aggressive move.
Also defending when you're on inters versus softs, sometimes that happens for a car that's 40 seconds a lap slower. So we'll have to see. But
yes, falling behind Ghost Killer again. 2 seconds separate two of them. Ghost Killer is on GTRS's tail now.
Yep. GTRS on the.
But yeah, he can't do anything about the overtake.
So let's see, Ghost Killer, a little bit of shudder there. You can see that dry line's getting wider by the minute. We've got 1 minute 20 seconds left in the race. Lever's on the straight. 6 seconds at a K.
Sam's still running curves like they
run
used to
wide
be dry.
RBS.
Steve also showing the true colors that is not used to the structures yet, unfortunately. Making slight little mistakes here and there.
Yeah. We have 1 minute left. The first 3 should get through now. There's a 3 minute timeout GT7's opposite to Gran Turismo Sport, it would be 3 minutes from when the leader finishes, so it would let them carry on and finish their 8th lap. Here, as soon as time runs out, so if let's say Ghost Killer crosses the line and the time's up, which will be close.
Kalen goes.
RBS pits.
Kalen goes for another lap. RBS goes in.
Interesting from RBS because he gets.
Interesting.
He might be chasing Kalen down for second place at the end there, but I don't know if he remembers that.
6 very close.
There's only 3 minutes left when the next car crosses the line. 15 seconds. RBS bumps Ghost Killer onto the wet there. Do they get across the line before?
GTSA at least.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they all finish. They just
Ghost Killer actually he actually let off the throttle to not start that lap.
Yeah, RBS spun out the pits.
For it.
We missed RBS doing a slidey slide, but RBS is still racing. He's 44 seconds behind Kalen, and he's got 3 minutes left.
SMP does also fall back due to that penalty. But yeah, very close touch between GTRSA and Ghost Killer.
Yeah, 1 point.
I think if Ghost Killer actually went for the overtake, he might have started the 8th lap.
Yeah. So GTRSA 4th, Ghost Killer 5th, OJ 6th, Yasteel 7th, Manny 8th, SMP Pro 9th, Hollywood 10th, Kavar Steve is coming up to the line. He takes 11th. Sam's 12th, but we still don't have 100% confirmation for 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, Sam running out over the line. So Levi's 12 seconds ahead of Kalen. Kalen 37 ahead of RBS. And we've got about 1 minute 20
I think they're
left.
just going to run 3 minutes.
Yeah, the game stops it.
3 minutes done.
It doesn't allow them to finish a lap. So that's why I'm surprised RBS pitted. He should have stayed behind. Unless I don't think he needed petrol. Oh, and then he has a moment. Pretoria North Toyota into the into barrier. Scups up that nice livery.
So he wasn't prepared. He wasn't prepared for that.
You see, Kalen stayed out. Take a look at his back left tire. It's finished, but I don't think RBS knows that you have to that the clock times you out. Gran Turismo Sport, it would have.
The timer will.
They would have finished, and it would have only stopped the race when the first person crossed the line, not when the first person after the timer crossed the line.
So it's a smart move by Kalen. Like, he doesn't even have to do much now. RBS is already almost a minute behind.
He can actually.
Lev will take the victory.
He can park because there's 45 seconds left and Lev's 51 seconds behind him.
Yeah. The only thing now is if Lev makes like 2 or 3 mistakes in succession.
You'd need to make
That's
a big one for
Kalen
to make 22 seconds with 30 seconds left. Yeah, great shout out to GTRSA for his 4th place. That issue he had early on. Without that petrol thing, he probably would have been across the line and challenging for the top 3.
Yeah, what Danny saying, GTRSA driver of the day. And I would vote for, besides
Live on his strategy, there we go.
I would go for, yes, you also done a fantastic strategy into it as well. But yeah, that is the results. Interesting. RBS also gets fastest lap. I didn't even realize that.
Lev pitted on the end.
Lev didn't even get to set the lap.
He's second lap, yeah. So wins the race, but doesn't set a fast lap. Because his first 4 on softs were in lap, out lap, in lap, out lap, in lap, and then
out lap, in lap, yeah.
2 on
out lap, in lap, and then out lap, in lap.
1 out lap, yeah. So shout out to RBS, fastest lap there. To look at Ghost Killer Pace's lap time compared.
Yeah, look at that, the 300ths of a second, or 350, well, 0.035 to be exact, to be that fastest lap. That's crazy.
757 sevens for both of them. And SMP also
754 7.
54 7, yeah.
Oh wow, I see SMP also. super fast.
But they were all
They got the
together.
exact as fast.
They're all together at
That's
that
crazy.
stage of the race on softs, sitting in a train. So not surprisingly, 3 times we're within a tenth of each other. Unlucky Branovan had to go work. Shout out to our sponsors: TJN Racing Simulators, Track Art, Rhino Utilities, Mayfair Gearbox, Right Recruitment, and Ford and Cherry Palabora. Just for Donny.
There we go.
Place I'm never going to go. Okay, cool guys. Hope you all have a great week. We'll have
Appreciate
some more info. We've got a lucky draw for a wheel for all the controller guys coming up.
And shout out to Liv, the champion of season 1.
Shout out to
Really
Sirius
a
Sam.
dominating streak.
I think Sam has won the fastest lap, most fastest laps in the season voucher. And yeah, we have a couple other things to do. So have a great evening, everyone. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Have a good one. We give us some curveball series races here, there, full weight race in the meantime.